may well have shared this ability to accelerate quickly and keep going. All it needed was to get close enough to grab the tail of its prey.
Its tail is integral to a kangaroo's movements, and if that were bitten by a Megalania, it would be in a lot of trouble.
It would try and hop away, bleed to death, Megalania would still have its meal.
Even with all its strengths, the giant kangaroo is no match for Megalania. But Megalania didn't have this bounty all to itself. There were other predators on the continent. And the most deadly was a bizarre creature called thylacaleo carnifex, a marsupial lion. Despite its name, it was not a lion or even part of the cat family. This beast was actually a distant cousin to wombats and koalas, but definitely not cute and cuddly. Imagine an animal half the size of a tiger with the aggressive personality of a cornered possum.
The marsupial lion was Australia's...
Up claws made it an excellent tree climber. It made up for its lack of size by launching attacks from the air, taking its prey by surprise. A tactic which has given it the nickname drop cat.
The marsupial lion was absolutely...
These front incisor teeth were used for holding or potentially suffocating the prey, and then these large blade-like premolar teeth were used to slice off pieces of flesh.
All of these tools combined to make the marsupial lion a lethal opponent, the only creature able to challenge Megalania. These predators would have generally avoided each other, but they hunted the same prey, and their world was changing.
The Pleistocene itself was a tough time. It was a time that was dominated by what we call glacial and interglacial cycles, culminating in the last glacial cycle, or the last ice age, that was drier, and we had more super droughts than any other time previously.
As Australia became more arid and food more scarce, it's possible that the monster mammal and giant reptile would find themselves competing for prey.
So we can imagine a scenario where Megalania has come into the marsupial lion's territory, it's looking down, it sees the giant lizard and perceives it as a threat, and then attacks by leaping down onto the lizard. Once the marsupial lion was down on top of the lizard, it would probably go for the neck. You would not want to take your eyes off the head of Megalania.
It would be a brutal battle between two gladiators. Even Megalania would be vulnerable to the lion's death grip on its throat, but it had other ways to defend itself.
But Megalania had another weapon. It had a flicking tail, so the marsupial lion would have to watch out because a flick from that tail could cause a serious injury.
If I was a betting person, I'd probably put my money on Megalania. All Megalania has to do is get a bite in, and the marsupial lion's in serious trouble. The marsupial lion, as powerful it was and as effective predator as it was really outclassed by the size and...
Megalania's sheer size would ultimately win the day.